Now that you reminded me, I want to watch the Minecraft trailer. I want to see what the hype is all about. At least they built their diversity quote.
What the hell?
Anything you can dream about here, you can make.
Who are you?
I am Steve. Okay.
This guy is such a tool bag.
But all of the animated parts seems really cool. And I love Jack Black, but I don't know. The rest just seem like diversity hires. I don't know, but it's like you can't really tell anything from this trailer, in my opinion. Nosferatu? Is a new Nosferatu movie coming out? Huh. So like this, my immediate thought is just DEI. Like this just seems like a diversity hire, but they also hit their target audience quite well with the kids. And then like, what is his name? Mamos or something? Like Aquaman. Like I don't know. The wardrobe is a whole right, man. Like are people hyped for this movie? And are people hyped for this? Like it's such a weird character design. This was kind of fun. Like I like that. This also seems fun. Like I just want the animated parts. They should just do full animation and remove the humans. And this building seems cringe. Like this part, I could be without this. This is cool. I like this style. This is really fun. I would happily watch an entire movie in this style and this animation, just without the people. I don't know. This is cringe. This is cool. Cringe. Cool. And then Jack Black is amazing. I don't think I've ever seen him in anything that I didn't enjoy. He's such an amazing person. I love all his acting, and I think he's so funny.
I am Steve.
And cringe again. I know, I just can't. This ensemble. I know, maybe it's good. We'll see. I'm not sold yet. I believe it. We'll see.
Come to me.
Oh.
Hey, Michael. Come to me.
What?
Professor. My dreams grow darker. Does evil come from within us? Or from beyond?
is coming.
He is coming to us.
What the fuck? This is a bit cringe, that main shadow.
Who is coming to my child?
We are here encountering the vampire. Nosferatu.
I don't know, man. I really like vampires in the Warhammer universe and in like that kind of lore where they can raise the dead and they're super powerful and so on. This might be really cool as well, but I don't know. It just doesn't really hit it for me. Like this scene was cool because it was a bit unexpected that he's gonna start eating the pigeon.
Us.
Yeah. Yeah, if it turns into like a horror movie or something like that, then I'm kind of afraid it does. And I fear this movie will be kind of like you only see it from like the human's perspective, and they're trying to figure out who the vampire is and slay him and so on. That's like the main evil, and then the vampire just does random things and kills people here there, and you don't really get any interesting perspective into that. And it's like a less powerful vampire, so to speak, where they're probably gonna kill him with some pitchforks and torches, stuff like that, like here. I don't know. I hope it's good. I really like vampire movies. I think the best vampire movie I have seen is Dracula Untold. I know some people don't like it, but I really liked it. I thought it lived up to everything I wanted in a vampire movie. It has a very powerful vampire. You get to see him fighting. He's obviously way stronger than humans. I really okay, let's watch the trailer. I think it's super fucking cool. Like it is everything I want from vampires, and I'm so sad they didn't make a follow-up.
My father was a great man. A hero, so they say. Sometimes the world doesn't need another hero. Sometimes what it needs is a monster.
I'm already getting goosebumps and nerd bonus off this. Like I love it. It's really getting to me.
My prince,
I've missed you.
something troubles you.
The Sultan is preparing for battle and requires 1,000 boys for his army, including your son.
Run to your mother.
Look away! You can't protect us.
I'll find a way.
I have been waiting an eternity for a man of your strength to arrive.
You recognize the voice? Can you recognize the throwback to the good old Game of Thrones days where Tyrion Lannister was cool and the directors of Game of Thrones hadn't ruined it yet? We were still in season 3 or 4 back here. It was the highlights. It was the best days of Game of Thrones. It was amazing. Good old days.
Welcome to your life.
What is it you are seeking?
I want the power to destroy my enemies and save my family.
There's no turning back.
Drink, Dracula.
Welcome to your life.
Every episode of Game of Thrones back then was the fucking bomb. It was so fucking cool. I remember watching the first like season 1 of Game of Thrones, and then I couldn't wait. I wanted to watch more. I wanted to consume more Game of Thrones. So I went out and I got all of the Game of Thrones books. And I think I finished them within a month or something like that. It was so fucking crazy. I've never been that hyped for any media since then. Like, it was just on a whole nother level. And like you say, every week between the episode was crazy. But the year between the seasons was an eternity. Like, that felt like forever. And you would just go 12 months and 11 months just waiting for Game of Thrones. It was so crazy. And now I don't even want to rewatch it because I know the ending. I know how they tortured and butchered the ending. I tried rewatching it a while back, and the only thing I could think of was like, but it ends like this. So I can't even enjoy the first seasons, the good episodes. They've been spoiled by the rot at the end. It's so annoying. I feel so sad about that.
What's happening to you?
I'm the thing men fear, not a ghost. Something else. I see the devil inside him! Do you think you are alive because you can fight? You are alive because of what I did to save you!
That is so fucking cool to me. Like, that he's not just a little bit stronger than human beings, but that he has some sort of magic or supernatural powers and so on. Like, that's what I want in vampires. I think that's so much cooler than like, oh, he bites people during the night and then he hides in a coffin and then we go stab him and he dies.
The world.
Never forget who I am.
Look at that. I think, in my opinion, this is the best vampire movie that has been made so far. I don't know anything that's coming close to topping this. I don't know how they fucked up Game of Thrones. Well, I do know how they fucked it up. I've seen some interviews where the actors are saying they were so exhausted, they were so burnt out, it needed to end, they couldn't go on. I completely understand that. I completely respect it. But then maybe they could have given them like more break in between or something like that. But it was just like I don't remember the season numbering anymore. Season 8 is the last one. But I think it was in season 7 or maybe even season 6 where Game of Thrones started to feel like Dungeons and Dragons games where everybody is on their way home. So they just started teleporting everywhere and nothing had travel time anymore. They just needed to get things wrapped up in a hurry. So all of this wonderful long-term storyline and believability and world building and everything that just didn't exist in the last 2 or 3 seasons. Now, like, there was an entire season or 2 where Tyrion traveled in a fucking wagon, and it was amazing. I loved every episode of it. It was like season 2 or 3, where all Tyrion does in this entire season is just being in a wagon traveling from one part of the world to the other. It was great. And in the last 2 or 3 seasons, they just teleport. Like, there's a point where Jon Snow and some other people, like, they get trapped outside the wall and they get surrounded by zombies, right? And then they send a runner to Dragonstone, and then Daenerys comes and saves them on a dragon. What? Like, do you know the distances that person have traveled to do that? Like, they would have died of thirst and hunger before that boy got anywhere. You just completely tore away the entire world building and the realism, or like the believability in the world by doing that. It was so fucking crazy. Let's find a map that we can. Yeah, the Red Wedding was so good. It was so good in such a devastating way. Have you read the books? The Red Wedding was amazing. Loved it. Let me see. So Dragonstone. Isn't Dragonstone down here? Am I misremembering? I want to get like a proper, maybe interactive map or something. Maybe interactive. Maybe that's better. I've seen some statements from George R. Martin, which leads me to believe he has no plans of releasing the last book. Why is it so hard to find a map? I believe there's a Dragonstone, right? Is the one down here. So this is where Daenerys was with the dragons. And then Jon Snow and the other people, they were up here somewhere fighting. So you're telling me that a person went from here went down here. I'm like, hey, there's problems. And then she flew up here and then just saved them. And that all happened like almost instantaneously. What? Like, what's going on here? Ah, okay. It's my bad. It's my bad. It's not this one. It's this one. So he had to travel 100 miles less or something like that. My bad. And then it's completely believable. I take back anything. Patrick just ran for 500 kilometers an hour for 24 hours. Was not to believe exactly. And why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you sit the square out running at 500 kilometers an hour? Perfectly believable. But it took Tyrion an entire season to get from like here to here. But this takes an hour or so. It just throws away all the credibility and all the world building and everything. It was so frustrating. And then there's the defense of what is it called? The castle, Winterfell. The defense of Winterfell, where they apparently don't know how to defend a fortress and a castle. And it's like, oh yeah, we have these horse people. Let's just charge them at the enemy. Oh, that's not what you do. So they died. Okay. Then it's fine because we have all of our fucking artillery. Our siege weapons are outside of the walls. And all of our men are stationed outside of the walls so they cannot fall back and they cannot use the walls as defense mechanisms. And so fucking frustrating, so annoying. They just did everything wrong. It's like, I don't understand how you can write a siege segment that poorly. It's like, even if you've never understood how to defend a castle and you've never heard about anything, you must understand it to a better degree than that. That is like crazy.